And it's with my great pleasure that I get to introduce our first speaker of the day, of the afternoon, sorry. It's on reporting to you decision by numbers and emotions, none other than Antonio Afonso with reporting to you. And I've got to say, don't have a formal bio, but just watching Antonio work is magic in the WhatsApp group every time we have questions, all of the new features that have come up. I am a huge, huge fan of reporting to you, and I hope that everyone else is here as well. Antonio, if you are ready to take that away, you can certainly, I'm going to stop my share, or you can just start sharing your own and take it away from here. Over to you.
Great. Well, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm grateful to Kai Bjork, the National Director of Canada, and to my friends from Canada, and all of you that use reporting to you, that lead us to where we are right now. So today I'm gonna talk about decisions by numbers and emotions, and how data can really help us to grow in a way that so we need to this growth with just enough effort, because we all want to grow, and sometimes we use so much energy, and it's so difficult for us to pick who needs our support in the chapter. I will talk about this and how to use the reports that we generate in reporting to you to deliver a good support to your chapters. It's, in my opinion, retention is the growth ally. Chapters, just look at this example. A chapter with 40 members with 50% retention will lose 20 members in 1 year. A chapter with 70% retention will lose 12 members in 1 year. If you have a new member every month, in 1 year, the chapter with 50% retention will stay with 34 members, but the chapter with 70% retention will keep the same size. Okay, so, whoa, wait. Yes, with the same effort, we will get a big different result. So imagine the dynamics that you get inside a chapter with that size, with the 40 members size. So probably we will have more visitors and we will have more energy in our chapter. So probably we will end up the year not with 40 members, but with 42 or 43. So if you look at this and you look at 2 years' time, probably there will be a huge difference. So talking about increasing retention, I think that we have two big strategies or tools inside BNI, and with the help of reporting to you. So we have the chapter power of one, and I will talk about this. And also, this is our advice to you, okay? It's we should all adopt a task-driven support. And that's why we add the tasks in reporting to you in this year. We started this year worldwide. We started piloting this 8 months ago, and we now can help you to implement this task-driven support. So let's talk about the power of one at the chapter level. So you know that you have this report in reporting to you. This is the performance report. let me explain how to read this report. First, we need to know that these graphics in the left part of the table here, they regard to 6 months average. So those values are 6 months average. You know from BNI Connect that chapter traffic lights take in consideration 6 months. Okay, so those values are from 6 months. These values here are month by month results. So when we, as a director, we are looking at our chapter, we need to understand the different data we have in front of us, because the average can give us a trend, but the value month by month and the value from last month will give us a clue about the direction, okay? And that is really, really important. So when we talk about the power of one, we need to understand that we need to look at this data here that I collected from this report, okay? So I collect these graphics here, and these graphics here, and this table. Okay, so the power of one tells us that we need to start looking at the absence, then visitors per week, then the conversion, and only then to the referrals. And starting with the absence, look, we need less than 5% absence. So we need to look here, but also understand that these 2.2% regard to the average of this 6 months, okay? Of course, it's really important for us to understand how the chapter is today, last month, okay? So look at this number. And the truth is that the last month absence is not 2.2, it's 4.9. So it's close to the limit. Okay, so be aware of this. Then look at the visitors. So the power of one tells us that if you find a problem here, stop looking. Okay, so fix this problem. So we fix one problem per month. Okay, so we cannot fix 2-3 challenges in one shot, in 1 month. Okay, so that's what power of one tell us. So if you look at the visitors per week, in my opinion, so you need 2 or more visitors per week to go green, okay, in visitors in your chapter. But to reach high performance, my advice is that you work to get 4 or more visitors per week. But by the way, if you only look at this, again, this is an average. So you need to look here. And last month, indeed, we only had 7 visitors. And 7 visitors divided by 4 weeks gives you less than 2. So we have a problem here. If we only look at the average visitors per week, we would get the wrong picture of our chapter. So it's really, really important that we understand the numbers we have in our reports, okay? So continuing, if you go to conversion, just an advice, if in the column visitors, in palms, if you only submit qualified visitors, then you should look for 20% conversion. But if you submit not only qualified, but so if you submit visitors and guests in that column, you should expect 7.5% conversion. Okay, so this is the mix. So here, it's important to understand and understand that we need to look at other graphics to understand what's happening and what can be pushing down the conversion. We know that conversion, it's all about the visitor experience. Yes, so visitor experience is really important, but also we know that the follow-up, it's also really important. So don't forget about that. But about the visitor experience, if you look at these two graphics that I have here, the percentage of members with no referrals and the percentage of members with no thank you for closed business, okay? This is not receiving, is not giving, okay? So not giving business. You know that in BNICanada, we cannot track how much business did a member achieve, okay? We know how much business the member gave to others. So these graphics here, we should expect less than 20% of members with no referrals. So less than this is okay. Of course, the lowest this number is, the best it is for the the visitor experience. Why? Because don't forget that we have the contribution slot in our meeting. So visitors will listen, members standing up or unmuting and saying, so I don't have referrals today. Understand? So that is something that may affect the visitor experience. And also, the more members say, thank you for closed business, the more visitors will understand, whoa, this really works. People give referrals and people say, thank you for business. So they are doing business. That's why these two graphics are so important for the conversion. So it's really important for you to take a look at them. And then you have the referrals. So 1.1 to go green in chapter traffic lights, and above 1.5 to reach high performance and reach levels of thank you for closed business. Really, really good. Okay. So, and you know that when you don't have enough referrals, you need to look at the one-to-ones. You know that should be 4 or more one-to-ones per month per member. Okay, so one-to-one per week will guarantee you. I'm talking at a DC level. Okay, you as a director will guarantee you as possible that members are relating and they learn others' business so they can tune their radar. Okay, they can refer their fellow members. Okay, and also training. So training, it's important for all the 4 of power of 1. So training is really important. I'm going to show you now a report that some really don't understand and don't use, and that would love people to understand this report better, because Tim Cook, the national director of the co-national director of the United Kingdom, he revealed this analysis in the 25th anniversary of BNI UK, and I was there in the UK conference, and I learned from him that it's really interesting to split the member traffic lights at half and analyze the difference between the first half and the second half of a chapter member traffic light. Okay, so I will take this chapter here and analyze and understand, and we'll try to share with you what considerations and conclusions can we take from this report. So if you look at these, the absences and the late, look at the difference between the first half and the second half. So the first half has 6 absences, the second half with only one more member, okay, 22, and late 5 against 22. But look at the palms. I want to share with you that this chapter, the second half of the chapter, it's not older than the first half. We might think, oh, the second half of the chapter, they are new in BNI. No, they are in BNI at least at 6 months. So it's the same average as the others, because the PALMS total is almost the same as the first half, okay? We might have one new member there, but the rest is the same. But if you look at the referrals given, whoa, there is a big gap, because the first half give 920 referrals and the second half only 270. Whoa, let's try to understand if they are giving just among them, meaning that are the first half just passing referrals among them? And the answer is no, okay? Look, they are big givers, but look at this. All members receive referrals. So this is really good. This means that you, if you are the director consultant of this chapter, you just notice this in time. Means that the chapter is not inside the chapter, there are no groups, understand? Because if you notice that the givers were also the receivers, that would mean that there are 2 groups inside the chapter, understand? But because they give and receive, well, you just notice that on time. But now look at the one-to-ones. It's not so balanced, okay? But it's not as different as you have in the referrals given, okay? So you are on time.
Antonio,
Whoa,
we've got
visitors.
5 minutes. Antonio, we've got 5. It's your 5-minute warning.
Okay, thank you. And the same thing goes here to the visitors. Look at the difference. So meaning that if you teach the second half how to invite, you're gonna get a huge result. You can grow a lot this chapter, okay? So as a retention growth method, I want to share with you that mentoring new members, Gold Club, Millionaire Club, regional events, top 10 call, consecutive growth recognition, and welcome to green recognition, all of them are touching points that you need to take in consideration. So recognition is really important, and you know that you have access to the consecutive growth and welcome to green, and also the top 10. Just an advice, 80% of members should be in green or yellow, and only 20% in red or silver. Advanced support. Now we are talking about the task-driven, okay, task, because now we realized that the task was so important that we developed our tasks automatically in reporting to you. So all the members with less than 60 points falling for 3 consecutive months in member traffic lights will get a task. Also, all members on the 7th month that finish the 7th month, they will get a task. Okay, who's gonna get the task? The chapter. So I will show you in 1 minute that we also have the app available for Android and iOS, and leadership team members and membership committee members can use the app to accomplish the tasks. So we also have the 0 to 1 task. This is a task for directors, and it's automatically generated from reporting to you in the beginning of the month for all members in red or gray, renewing in 6 months. And the last task, it's a renewing task. So all the members renewing in 4 months will have a task generated automatically by the system. So the membership committee and the leadership team, they all can decide who's gonna help a member in the renew process. Just sharing this small report for you to understand how can you track if mentoring is in place in your chapter. You can look at the member traffic lights evolution. Look at this. This member become member here, and look here, no green. In this chapter, probably there is no mentoring, or you should resync the process and in Canada, the passport. Yes, you need to understand if everything is in place, because if I compare this chapter with this one, we realize that this new member become green in 3 months, this in 4 months, this in 5 months, this in 3. Understand? There is a big difference between these two. So you also know that in member menu, you have the take care, and in the take care, you will have the consistent growth and the arriving to green. So you can export this, and you can recognize members in your meeting. And finishing, in the dashboard, you have the tasks here to scheduled, and completed, ignored. You have them here. You can just drag and drop them from to scheduled or completed. And you will realize how to help these members with the task by clicking the eye to get what to do and the graphic to understand their contributions. Just showing you that in the app, you will find all the tasks here, and you can edit the task and complete the task, adding notes, okay? And a report will be generated at the end of the month with everything that happened in your chapter, in your chapters, and if you are an ED, in your region. This demo report that I show you here, it's from my own region, and I know that the chapter tasks have been completed in 84% last month, and the directed tasks have been completed 100%. So we know everything that happened in the previous month regarding the tasks, with the notes that members wrote when they completed the task. So just take in consideration that tasks are automatically generated on the 2nd working day of the month. The director, LT or MC must schedule the task in the 1st week of the month. The director can ignore a task as long as he justifies it in the task notes. They must complete all the tasks before the 2nd business day of the following month. When new tasks are generated, those from previous month will expire, and the director will be no longer able to edit the expired tasks. Okay, so thank you so much. for this opportunity. I don't know if we have here any opportunity for Q&A.
We do. We leave that final 5-minute buffer for any questions that might come from our audience. I don't see anything in the chat just yet coming up. I would like to say, though, that we've been setting a comment that we've been setting our standards to get all of our chapters 90% into the green and yellow. So it's good to see that it should be at least 80. They'll be happy to hear that if there are any of our directors from the BNI GTA Plus region. So that was a new pickup point for me. Is there anyone else in the room that has a question or a comment for Antonio? I can put directly out there and ask, have you been using your reporting to you reports, and how effective have they been for you? No hands are going up. Oh, you must have questions out there.
Cindy Vachelle actually asked, how do we show value to new and existing members and using the information from R2Y?
Oh, there it is. Thank you for catching that one. Thank you, Vishal.
Well, if the member clicks his name in the member traffic lights that he receives every month, he will get tips to how to improve his performance. Understanding that in BNI, being green in member traffic lights means how far, so the member traffic lights means how far you are from getting results from BNI. If you are green, it means that you are using the tool in such a way that you can expect others to pass you referrals. You are doing everything. You are attending training, you are giving referrals, you are doing one-to-ones, you are attending the meetings. So if you look at the member traffic lights, all the tools that you use are there. So it's like a gymnasium. If you use it, you're gonna have results.
Yeah. To add to that, one of the things that I add on to, especially to new members, encouraging them to look at the dashboard at the beginning of every month, is I say things like, you know that BNI you're new to BNI, it can be really overwhelming because there is so much to do. Take a look at your dashboard and see what you can reasonably do to start upping your game. Look at the tools that are available there. And that kind of gets them, oh, it's kind of my game plan. It's my roadmap. So that might be a helpful tool. It's just one of the ways we use it here.
Fantastic.
Well, if there's, I'm going to double check there one more time. We have nothing else.
Karina,
I want to thank.
yes, we have Karina.
I was just going to mention that we use the numbers in our group to be accountable with each other, because we all have an accountability partner within the group. And when we talk about, okay, where do you need to work on? How can I help with what you need to work on? The numbers are a good indication as to what we need to work on. And so we talk it out with our accountability partners as to how we can help each other. So yeah, it's great.
Thank you.
Cindy, if I may, just for 30 seconds, just say
Yes.
something. Time is really precious. It's the most precious resource we have. The reason why we added tasks in reporting to you is just to let you know what tasks are, which members really need your care and attention. Those you really need to take care. So members that are falling in traffic lights for 3 consecutive months, you're gonna lose them, okay? Members that are in red or gray 6 months before renewal, and you know that, not 6 but 5, in the 7th month analysis. That's why BNI put that in the manual, So you need to do the 7th month analysis. And that is so important that we transform that into a task. So the membership committee don't forget that those members, you need to look at them, okay? And the renewal process, you cannot start renewing in the same month they need to renew. You need to start that 4 months before, okay? This is giversgain. So we really need to take care of people. Okay.
Good point. Good point. Thank you, Antonio. Valuable information for all of us.